view, and I do damage. And as you can see, the damage... Hey fellow Vault Dwellers, it's Angry Turtle, and yes, we have a brand new winner for the highest DPS. So this is damage per second weapon in the whole Fallout 76 universe. And it is Minigun Shredder. Minigun Shredder is a very interesting weapon. It is one and only using this particular gimmicky mechanic that there is. It is intended mechanic, as the Shredder is a mod for this weapon. That's not any type of glitch or exploit. It is intended mechanic, but it's not shared with any other weapon. This is one and only weapon using this particular mechanic, which makes it very complicated to understand, as there is no other weapon like that. And as we see over the years, Minigun Shredder, it is either the ruler of words, or it is somewhere there on the list of weapons forgotten. Now it's back to being the ruler of words. And I do have a build that I'm running with this particular weapon, but build is a little bit too much to say about it, as there is only a handful of perks that do matter. Most of them is up to you what you slot. So I will show you that, and I will show you this weapon versus the Guardian, when you can really see the power, as normal enemies, way too weak to show you the power of this weapon. Way too weak. If you want to say, oh, what, but the auto axe. The auto axe is weaker. Yeah, that's true. At this moment, auto axe is behind. So what is it about this weapon, and what do you need to know? And by the way, that's the latest skin from the Atomic Shop. That's the reason I tested it early. I was planning to test the Shredder, but I had it planned for the next 2 weeks. So not yet, but as I did receive this skin, so thank you very much Bethesda for releasing this skin early, so that motivated me to test it early and discover its real power. So thank you very much for that. Bethesda will not enjoy what they're gonna see here if anyone gonna watch it. They will not enjoy it. I expect some kind of bug fix, let's say bug fix coming in the future to take away the power of the Minigun Shredder, but enjoy it as it lasts. You can see legendary effects. I do have anti-armor. There are only 2 prefixes that work with Minigun Shredder. This is vampire and anti-armor. Anti-armor is not even needed, as currently all of the enemies have damage resistance below the threshold, which will put anti-armor as a required prefix for the Shredder. But I have it because I did try. The important one is the bash damage on the 2nd star. That's the important one. You need to have this one. Then +3 strength. It is helpful. It's adding a little bit of damage. Lastly, that's a wrong one. Bullies doesn't work. The one that works is pinpointers. So this is not even a perfect Minigun Shredder, as I don't have pinpointers on it. But eventually I will drop it from the raid and I will install pinpointers in here. So this one doesn't work. Just to be clear, don't copy exactly as it is. Bullies does not work. You want pinpointers. So the best possible roll would be vampire bash damage strength pinpointers. Important factor is the Shredder installed. The sight doesn't matter. The barrel doesn't matter. There's 3 barrel on it, but it doesn't matter. Just visually change how the Shredder is. Look, 3 barrel is just 3 pipes coming out. If you put different barrel, there is different count of pipes. Doesn't matter. The important is Shredder. If you cannot modify your minigun with the Shredder, you need to scrap random miniguns to unlock the Shredder. So the weapon out of the way. The damage is very low on the weapon card, but it's not what it's doing damage. So actual damage is way higher. I will talk a little bit more over it when we start the showcase. Now, the build. Yes, I will show you. So the build. Those are the legendary perks I have in this moment. So taking one for the team does work. So this does work. Adding extra strength increases the damage as it scales with strength, so that does work. Other stuff doesn't really work. I have all the special for testing here. And there is all kinds of perks at this moment equipped, but I will only talk about the ones that works with the Minigun Shredder. So the most important, yes, you need to be a ghoul, as radioactive strength is the biggest damage booster. Without it, it's still powerful, but not number 1 DPS. Without it, we'll lose with Auto Axe. With Radioactive Strength, it will win with Auto Axe. Basher, like the most important for everyone, additional bash damage. It is the bash damage weapon, so you want Basher. Then about the bullet shield, it does work with it. We tested, but only when you hit an enemy. So just spinning of the shredder barrel will not activate bullet shield. You need to hit enemy, then it will activate. Strength in numbers works because mutations works. We'll get to that. Tenderizer works. United Ordeal gives you strength, so yes, it's increasing damage of the basher. Stabilized probably work. Gunsmith helps with weapon condition. Covert Operative will work a little bit, but it's a loud weapon. Gunslinger regular works with extra 12% weak spot damage. Onslaught effects do not work. Faulty spots work. And this is it. Other perk cards do not really affect the shredder. So I'm only discussing the ones that do. About the mutations, we want Carnivore for the strength bonuses. The melee damage food does not work. It's not a melee weapon. But there is one exception. For some reason, Twisted Muscles does work. So even though it's listing melee damage, it does work with the shredder for some reason, while in the same time, food increasing melee damage does not work. The damage of the shredder is directly affected by your total strength, so you want it as high as possible, boost it with food. I will add some Deathclaw Steak, so there will be over 50. I will be running with over 50 strength. About the power armor, so extra strength added on the second star does work to increase damage, and the mod Optimize Bracers that reduces power attack action point cost does work on the shredder by reducing the cost to spin it, as there is a cost to spin it. Very important, you cannot have any ammo, so you just spin it like that. It must be 0. You cannot have any ammo. If you have any ammo, the shredder does not work. So that's how it's spin. And it's better in the same as Auto Axe. It's better in third person view than in the first. As in the first person, it's a problem if you jump. So if you jump, it stops spinning. You land, it stops spinning again, stops doing damage. Works correctly in third person view. And I did not test if Feral would help, but most likely no, as Feral is a melee damage bonus, so most likely it will not work. So my total strength with the food is currently 56. It can go a little bit higher. It is possible with alcohol buffs and so on to boost strength a little bit higher. So the damage could be a little bit higher than what you will see in here. But I don't think you need higher. So let's do the test on the Guardian, so now you know what to do. So now for the Guardian test, I will show you entire fight, as I'm still getting a lot of questions what I'm doing exactly and how does it work. Oh, I pick up ammo from my failed attempt when I forgot about one thing. So if you pick up ammo, you need to drop it. Every time you have ammo, it will not work. It will just reload and start firing and doing no damage. So first step for me is always placing a power armor so I can stand very close. And you may see that my power armor set is full set of troubleshooters. That's how I'm able to tank it when I'm so close to it. Then I do press the button. I look slightly up when jetpacking, because currently that's the only way for jetpack to fly correctly. Stand on it. For the phase 1 of my attack, I will crouch and switch to first person. For some reason, first person seems to work better. I fire any heavy gun in order to activate my bullet shield. So I'll be firing any heavy gun. Unfortunately, you can no longer damage the shield of the Guardian when it's emerging, so that doesn't work. Then I switch to the Dragon. And on the Dragon phase, I could be firing at the shield. That would help a little, but it's not mandatory, so I can just wait and it will kill itself too. I'm spamming Stimpaks. That's how I can tank it so effortlessly. There's so many Stimpaks from the raid that you can spam it. So I'm spamming Stimpak. When the shield goes down, I switch to the Shredder, reapply glow as glow is required, switch to this view, and I do damage. And as you can see, the damage speaks for itself, I would say. If I remember to switch the weapon at the end, I will not get ammo for the Shredder. And that's the goal. About the damage numbers you were able to see when I was spinning the shredder, those are not the damage numbers I was doing. The damage numbers when you are using the shredder are fake, are completely fake. You are doing much more than you can see. So don't look at the damage numbers, they tell you nothing. Don't use them when you are testing stuff. Those tell you nothing. Those are fake. Does not correspond with damage you are actually doing. But now, you tell me, is that the highest DPS? Or is it not? I'm pretty sure it is the highest DPS that we currently have. And the crouching has a point, as when the shield goes down on the Guardian, there is a short moment that stealth actually can engage. So it actually can engage for a brief moment and you can get stealth attack with the Shredder. Not much, but it helps a little bit. You can kill the Guardian as well without using any glow, but it will be slower. But enough damage to kill it without using the radioactive strength, the glowing perk card. As I did kill it when I forgot to apply the toxic goo. That's why it's my second attempt. First kill I did without radioactive strength active. So that was definitely slower, but still possible. So the damage is absolutely huge. I don't know if it could have been higher. And yes, it works on other bosses too. All the bosses, all the enemies in Appalachia, it does work on everything. And now if I would like to do the Guardian again, data, main, select that, and use the reject button, reject. And we out. And regular enemies, oh, whoops, Shredder. Look at regular enemies. You speed, it's like one touch, one kill. Don't even look at the damage numbers. If I bash single time, you see, it's a kill. It's showing 300 damage. But it is a kill usually, or almost. And they do have way more health than 300 health. Unfortunately, single bash does consume the glow for bashing, but speeding does not. That's how can we achieve this high consistent damage. If you still have any questions, let me know. But I do strongly recommend you try the Shredder if you are good and you have an opportunity. I don't know how long it's gonna work so well. I hope long, but I don't know. I'm gonna enjoy it when it lasts. Any questions? Let me know. And that being said, thank you all for watching and see you all in the next one.